So yesterday I posted a video about how I was very, very confused, and maybe you are too, and this is why. Yesterday, the leader of the Labour Party, Keir Starmer, asked for an immediate national lockdown. Our current Prime Minister has now said that the Tier 4 lockdown measures in 78% of the country are going to get tougher. So they've already closed our schools. They've already shut everything down, and they want to make it even tougher. So they are talking about this dangerous, deadly disease. And at the very same time, our Prime Minister is on television yesterday claiming that there is a very, very small risk indeed of COVID being transmitted in our schools. And that's for our young people that are 5 to 18 years old and our teachers that are in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And he was speaking on the BBC trying to tell them while schools should be open, and I agree, schools should be open, because he said it's a very, very small risk indeed of these people getting and transmitting the virus. So you've got kids from 5 years old to adults up in their 50s who have a very, very small risk indeed. And at the same time, the leadership of this country is calling for immediate and total lockdowns because of this dangerous, deadly virus. Is it me? Or is that completely duplicitous? Are those completely two different messages? And of course they are, because these are two completely agendas, different agendas that they both have. And so again, the policy fits the agenda. The policy does not fit the data. And we've seen this consistently over the past 9 to 10 months. And this is going on and on and on. And the best part is that we have the public data. And we can use the data right back against them and say why this doesn't make sense. And we've been doing that here for the past few weeks. We pointed out that only 388 healthy individuals under 60 have died in hospital from COVID. You heard me right, 388. There's a great article done about this in The Sun recently. We also know that the economy is faltering. We know our mental health is at nightmare proportions. Suicide highest in 20 years. National depression rate doubled since February pre-lockdown. We know the damage that's being done. We also know that there is a certain segment of this population that the Prime Minister himself said had a very, very small risk that could be out there working right now. While we protect the elderly, while we protect those with comorbidities and those are vulnerable, the rest of us can be out here working, our kids can be in school, but let's just go by the science. Let's make a proportionate response to this virus, and let's show some leadership. Leaders innovate. Leaders don't terrorize with fear. That's what a leader does. Leaders find solutions. They don't throw their hands up and say, it's not my fault, and ask for bailouts later. Leaders step up and get out there and find a way to make things work. And I don't see that happening right now. And I think that needs to change. So please leave me your comments below. Do you think it's strange that our Prime Minister goes on television and says there's a very, very small risk of transmission for 5 to 18-year-olds and 30 and 40 and 50-year-old teachers, and at the same time says we need tougher lockdown measures for this dangerous, deadly virus? Does that make sense? Leave me your comments.